Nice to meet y'all here.
We are on board. Welcome aboard. Hello. Welcome aboard. Smell food. Yeah, this ship is different. You saw this? Nice to meet you guys. Welcome back, YouTube family. For those of you guys that are just joining us for this particular vlog, this is part 2 of our 2-week vacation that we took to Italy, which included a 10-day Mediterranean cruise. And the first part of the vlog was our 2 days in Rome, and this vlog will be the cruise portion of the vlog. If you haven't already watched part 1, I would love if you would take time to go and watch part 1. But as part of part 1, I explained that I lost my GoPro. And I'm going to say it again here for those who don't know. I lost my GoPro, which had tons of footage from this particular trip. But hey, I still had content on my camera that I wanted to get out and to share with you. But now that we're on the ship, I wanted to give you a little bit of information about the cruise itself. So we took the ship was the Carnival Pride. It sailed out of Rome, in particular the port of Civitavecchia, which is about an hour away from Rome. So we left the Rome city center after being there for a couple of days, and then we took a car down to the port, which I just explained. So we started in Rome. We sailed for 2 days straight because we started and we sailed south and we went east towards Turkey. So our first stop was actually I have my notes here because I keep forgetting what the order of the stops. But we first stopped in Mykonos. And Mykonos was a great stop. Then we sailed, continued to sail east to Turkey, and we stopped in Kusadasi, Turkey, which is a port town. It was really, really nice there, but it's close to the ancient town of Ephesus. And then from there, we started to come back around and come back towards the west, and we stopped in Santorini. From Santorini, we went to Athens, and then from Athens, we sailed around until we got into the Ionian Sea, and then we stopped at a town called Katakolon, and that's where we went to the beach. We had a great time. Hope you guys stick around and watch it, but we did have a great time there. And then from the Ionian Sea, we sailed back west through the Strait of Messina, and that's where we had our stop in Sicily. We went up to Mount Etna. We also went to an ancient theater in Taormina. And then when we left Sicily, our last stop was in Naples before we headed back to Rome. So if you weren't keeping up, that's actually 7 stops, 8 if you include Rome, that we took on this 10-day cruise. So the cruise was 2 sail days or 2 days at sea, and 7 consecutive days, 7 or 8, depending on how you want to count it, 7 or 8 consecutive stops along the way. So when we got back to Rome at the end of the cruise, we took the same car service from the port back to our hotel in Rome, and we stayed for 1 more night. And the last day in Rome was actually really, really nice. We decided to stay 1 more night in Rome just so we can get our bearings before we took that long 10 plus, I think it was almost 11-hour flight back home to Atlanta. But we took that last day in Rome. We went shopping. We ate a couple of times. We shopped a lot, but we had a good time. We actually shopped so much that Bae had to get another suitcase for us to put all the stuff that we purchased in that last suitcase. And then we stayed up pretty late that night before we came home at the hotel. The hotel was great. And we got up the next morning and took our flight back to Atlanta. So thank you guys for being here. Let's get into this video. Hey everyone, we are on the ship. We've been sitting on Lido for a while, so we just decided to come to our room. We're in room 8172. here on the Carnival Pride, and let me go into our stateroom. We have a balcony stateroom, restroom, nothing to see there. And we are like midship. And we decided to get a balcony because why not? And we have an extended balcony, which means it's deeper, so it's wider than the other types of balconies. And here we are, we're still in port. People are still arriving. I didn't show you guys earlier, but Lido is not busy at all. People are kind of sitting around eating, talking, chatting. It's a lot more calm than it usually is on a Caribbean cruise, especially for Carnival. So this is nice. This is really nice. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go back down in a few minutes. We just came to drop our backpacks off. Our luggage has not been delivered to our rooms yet. So we're gonna, we just came in here to drop our backpacks off, pick up our room keys, wash our hands, use the restroom, and then we're going back up on Lido. There's a movie tonight, and I'm so sleepy. We didn't go to bed last night. I should have showed you guys we stayed up late at the hotel bar last night. We probably didn't go to the room until like after 1 o'clock. Hung out at the bar. We had a ball. So we got up this morning I woke up my alarm went off at 8:45, and we all had decided to go downstairs to eat breakfast at 9:30 because our transportation was coming at 11. So that's what we did. So of course I'm sleepy. I don't think I went to sleep until like 3 o'clock this morning. So I'm sleepy, but I'm gonna push through, trying to see if we can stay up as long as I can, at least until we sell out. So we sell out I think we sell out at 7. So I'm definitely gonna stay up until 7 when we pull out. And then I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. See you tomorrow. such a nice view. I can't really turn the camera around at me because there's a lot of wind. My eyes are running. I was trying to get this view for you guys. Trying to get this view. Oh my goodness, look at my makeup. I had to come back inside. I told you my eyes were running. But we are pulling out of Mykonos right now. Let me turn around this way. We are pulling out of Mykonos, and our next stop is in Turkey. And tomorrow, we have a vineyard tour. We're stopping at the port of Athens, so we have a vineyard tour booked for that. So I'll get some footage from that, see how well that turns out. I think this particular tour is pretty long, like 6 hours. So we have that coming up tomorrow. So this will be me signing off from Mykonos today. Took a short bus ride over to a Turkish carpet factory where the local women actually hand make these carpets using a series of knots. And the instructor or the presenter explained to us how these carpets are made.
When we come to the technique, weaving technique, in Turkey the technique we are using is hand knotting technique. Each pile of carpet is going to be knotted by hand, and we call it double knot actually. And in the world, Turkish and Persian carpets are very well known because of that reason. I mean, hand knotting technique. Now, would you like to see how exactly she is doing it? Because she is a bit fast for you to follow. Look, 2 vertical threads, pile thread is going through, turns around, over, goes to second, from middle, pull it down, and then cut. Okay, look, it goes through, turns around, goes to second, from middle, pull it down, and then cut. And this will be the pile. So imagine, dear guests, all the carpets you are going to see here today are made exactly like that, one by one, making a knot. This is the silk cocoon we are using for silk threads. By the way, in cocoons in Turkey, we have special farms in Turkey. And these farms are having only mulberry trees because silk caterpillars, which are making these cocoons, feed themselves with the leaves of mulberry. And when their metamorphosis period starts, silk is a kind of spit coming through their mouth, and they cover themselves. So reason why they make a cocoon, it is for their metamorphosis period, and this is going to be protection cell for metamorphosis period. When they turn into a butterfly, they break it and they fly away, and then they die. But after human being discovered, the cocoons are giving silk material. Actually, a lot of caterpillars never turn into a butterfly, because if turn into a butterfly, they break it, fly away, but broken cocoons are not going to give the silk. So before they become a butterfly, we collect them, so we can get the silk. At the other hand, we cannot use all cocoons for silk because we need butterflies for next generation. So it is 50-50. If we get 50 for silk, we leave 50 in the farm so they can do the next generation. So to make a proper thread, we get threads out of 15-20 cocoons and we make one single thread. And to catch threads, first we put them in hot water. So in hot water they will be relaxed, okay? Then he use brush. With the brush he touch to the cocoons. So he has many of them now. And now the guests, all of them are going to become one single thread. And how he is doing it, he's going to be using this primitive mechanism for this. So it puts through one of those, rolling it. So when he is rolling it, naturally he is pulling threads out of cocoons, and these separate threads are getting twisted on this little wheel, and he is collecting them at the other side as one single thread. Would you like to hear one other interesting information about cocoon?
Yes.
Total length of silk from one cocoon. What do you think? I'm going to tell, but I want you to make a guess.
1 mile.
1 mile, you know.
50
No.
meters.
But you are right. Actually, always not 1 mile. 900 yards up to a mile. Between there, we can get. And you see, silk is almost finished, and you can see through, and there is a pupa there. What do we do with the pupa?
Eat it.
Ma'am, in East Asia, China, Vietnam, Taiwan, in that area they eat them. In Turkey we don't eat them. But we are sending them to chicken farms. Still, it is actually very good quality food for chicken because it is 100% protein. 100% protein. But as I said, in East Asia they eat, in Turkey we don't. But if you want to try, you are very welcome.
I'm afraid to walk on it. I think they're too expensive. So
Sir, they are made for walking on them.
Let's walk on the Turkish carpet. After the excursion, we made our way back down out of the hills and onto the cruise terminal. Needless to say, we had to stand in this long line because the terminal was not just for our ship. We didn't get left. Dre and Kinsman are still behind us somewhere. They're coming. But we're through, and they'll be coming up behind us. We won't let them leave them. That's for sure. Should we wait right here for them? Okay. We are pulling out of the port of Kusadasi, Turkey. We're leaving that Royal Caribbean Odyssey of the Seas behind, but check out this view. I would say, guys, this is a great stop. This was actually a really good stop. We didn't go into town, into the city of Kusadasi much because we had that tour. But as we drove back through the town, we could tell that there was a lot to do right along here off the port. So when you come out of the cruise port, if you go to the left, there's a lot to do in this area right here. And then if you come across this way, this is where we came down from those mountains over there, and then we drove down into the town and came down the street, and there's a lot of things to do along there. And there's actually a beach right there, and there were several people at the beach. Really nice beach, lots of restaurants and shops. that's why a lot of times you have to come to these places to really see the scale and see how beautiful it is, and you know, get the whole experience, because this is actually a lot more than I thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. So now we're pulling in, and this little port here down near the water is not where your ultimate stop is here in Santorini. You have to go up the cliff to get to the town. So this is just where you drop off at, and then there are a few ways to get up, and one way I can already smell it is the donkey path. It is very pungent. You can smell it really, really good. But then the other way is the funicular that takes you up to the top, and here is the walking / donkey path that you can take. Other than that, I don't really know another way to get up to the top. We're in Santorini and trying to take the funicular, the cable car up to the top. I have on my mask because of the donkeys. They smell a little bit. So far, this is not the easiest port to manage because you have to take a water taxi or a tender from your cruise ship to come to the port, only to have to make your way to the top. It's a bit much. But hey, I'm here for it. We'll see how it goes. We're in the line to get on the cable car right now, so we'll see how long it takes. It is 9:43. I'll let you guys know what time we get to the top. And this is the cable car line. We actually have to make our way up to that building over there. So this is gonna be a lot. So here comes some more cable cars down now. What are there, 6 of them? I don't know how many people can get on there, but I'm sure they probably fill them up and then they send 6 back up. So we'll see. We are finally on the car, and it took us 1 hour to get on this darn thing. But look at the scene.
Enjoy the view.
Enjoy the view. 1 whole hour.
Just enjoy the view.
We're gonna make it.
This is really funny.
Kinsman is having a fit.
I'm not the hell.
Some of it.
Kinsman and Dre.
Oh gosh. Nice.
Oh, that is so pretty though.
Don't be scared. Even if you're scared, you're doing nothing. You're just going to be scared.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all we got. That is so pretty.
Come on, give me your phone. I'll take your picture.
Are you scared, babe? You're good, aren't you?
Yeah.
The town is the same.
That view.
Very nice. That was it. Soon.
Short. Hey friends, we finally made it up to Thera off that damn funicular, that cable car. That's a trip. Now I won't say I won't like, what do you call it, glorify this at all. It's not the best port to get into, especially when there are multiple ships in port. And today there were 4. So there was a Carnival, a Royal, and I think there was a Princess or MSC, and then there was a smaller ship. I don't know which one it was. I didn't really pay attention, but there were 4 cruise ships at sea, and we were all trying to get up to Thera at the same time. So needless to say, that hour-long line to buy tickets and then get on the car, because you can only buy the tickets when you get up to the top. So you had to wait. Everybody was waiting in line. People were trying to like push past the line and stuff, but nobody was having that. So, but anyway, we're up here, and I actually have a great view right here right now, and I got my people with me. We're chilling. We're going to enjoy this for the next few hours before we make our journey back down. But in the meantime, take a look at some of our sights from Santorini. friends. So we made our way back to the cable car and quickly came to a, I don't know why it was such a surprise, but the line for the cable car, and it is 1:30. We saw that line. It is ridiculously long. We don't have to be back on the boat until, well, the last ferry is at 4:15, but we don't want to be in a rush, so we have decided that we're gonna walk. We're just gonna walk down. It's just gonna be part of the vacation, kid. It's just gonna be part of the adventure. We just gotta do it. We did. Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna be something we did, because standing in that line, it's hot in those corridors. People are coming both ways. That was gonna be rough. So we can take our time. We're not in any rush. We can take our time. Oh, that is cute. Look at that. That is cute. So we're gonna take our time and head now. If my husband don't go so fast. So we'll see. See you guys at the bottom. Or the tender boat headed back to our cruise ship. But check out this view. Check out the view, guys. This is so nice. Look at the switchbacks that we did right here. Look at all that. We walked all the way down here. See the steps? We just got off the ship, and today is Athens Day. Today is Athens Day, and we are headed on a tour of the Acropolis and Plaka. So we're getting everything ready, headed through the terminal here in Athens, the transport, so that we can head out for the tour. I'm back. So now we're headed up to the Acropolis on our oh so fun Carnival excursion. But hey, what can you do? Go on a cruise, you take the excursions. You fly over, you do your own excursions. No harm. So there's Babe. He's back there. And we are walking up now to start our excursion. So I'll give you guys some footage. About an hour here at the Acropolis, walking around, taking pictures, Our tour guide was giving us information about the site. And it was pretty much enjoyable. It wasn't too hot. The weather was perfect. So that made everything even more pleasant. When we left, we went to this area in Athens called called Plaka for a little bit more sightseeing and shopping. Good morning, good morning, good morning from Katakolon, Greece. I did not close out the Turkey vlog yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We were in Turkey and we went to, where do we go? The Acropolis. So you saw that, but I forgot to close it out. We just kind of came back, sat around on the Lido deck, had a good time, and I totally forgot about closing out the vlog yesterday. But anyway, we're up this morning. It's not early. It is 11 o'clock. We slept in because we kind of stayed out last night. And after like 2-3 days in a row of excursions and getting up early, getting off the ship, we were kind of tired. So we slept in. And now it's 11 o'clock and we are off the ship. Gonna check out this particular port. Our plan is just to go to the beach, chill out. We're supposed to be back on the ship at 4:30. So we'll do that. This should be an easy one. I'm hoping so. I'll let you guys know. But the guys just went into the duty-free shop because if you didn't know, on a European cruise, you can purchase alcohol like liquor, beer, wine, anything, and bring it back on the ship. And you can take it to your stateroom and you can drink it however you want. It's not like the Caribbean where when you bring alcohol back on the ship, they take it. They don't take it here. You can keep it. So the guys have been getting like 6-pack of beers when they get off the ship to take with us, and then bring bottles of liquor back on the ship for them to drink on Lido. So that's what they're doing now. Yesterday when we got back in Turkey, they didn't have any like liquor that they wanted, so they just brought back beer. But they like the beer. But anyway, I'm going to show you how this port is set up. I don't know how many people have really come to this particular port. I think it's, I don't want to say it's new. I don't want to say it's new at all. Doesn't look like an old port, but I don't know if it's new for Carnival. Since this is my first time doing a Mediterranean cruise, I don't know if this is a common port for Mediterranean cruises or not. But I'll show you what I can find out. Taxis are out here right off the ship to pick you up and take you where you want to go. Good morning. Good morning, taxi. We want to go to just a nice beach that's not too far away. Is that an option?
The best beach is Kuruta.
Kuruta.
It's about 20 to 25 minutes drive from here.
Okay.
Sandy beach, white sand. You don't pay for sunbeds and umbrellas. You pay only something to drink.
Okay.
Stay there 2-3 hours, and the same taxi takes you back. And the cost is 80 euros per taxi round trip. You pay when you get back.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
All right, guys. So we got off the ship. This was pretty easy. They arranged a taxi for us. And this nice young lady is going to take us to, how do you say the beach?
Hi, Kuruta Beach.
Kuruta Beach. And we're going to spend a few hours there. She's going to take us and pick us up and bring us back to the port. So this is actually probably the easiest stop we've made so far. So we're headed to the beach for a few hours, and then we'll let you guys know. And when we come back, when we come back from the beach, we'll still have time to walk through here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll have time to walk through the town, do some shopping. All right, guys, I'm back. I don't know if I said it before, but we're at the beach. I think it's the Cicadas. I'm gonna post it. I said it before, I'm gonna post it. I don't know why I'm trying to say the name of this place, but because I can't. But it's gorgeous here. And on the beach, you can get a table and like a little small table, chairs and umbrellas, and they're free. They just want you to buy something, but nobody actually has come down and asked us to buy anything. It's not anybody here. Hardly anybody is here, so maybe they're just not worried about it. But we're now set up, sitting down. I came back up away from the beach. Let me show you to the top to walk around a little bit. But there's Bay and Andre down there. There are a few restaurants up here. Actually, there are several restaurants here in this little stretch. And then little shops for snacks. drinks, ice cream. They even got like beach toys. But as you saw, the beach is a little too, well, not a little too rough. It's way too rough to go play around, but we are gonna go put our feet in at some point. So we can say that we at least been in the Ionian Sea. That would definitely be nice. Little shopette. Is it open? Yeah, they're open. Let's see if we can get a euro. Nice bar. Yeah, it's a nice bar. It leads right back out to the beach. So we ended up just laying around on the beach for a few hours. We had like 2.5 hours out here. We got a foot massage, as you guys could see. We got something to drink. We got some fries. We're gonna go back in town now. We're waiting on our driver to take us back into town in a few minutes. But before I left, I wanted to show you, I hope you can hear me, show you the beach again. This is where we were sitting out. This is the bar that we had all to ourselves. Let me show you. So there's everybody else waiting on our driver. This is the bar that we got drinks, and they were very, very inexpensive. Basically, they got like 2 shots of tequila and a bottle of Heineken for $10, for only $10. So let's see if I can get the name of the place. Destino. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Destino. That's it there. It was very, very nice. We had it to ourselves. So we can say bye-bye to the beach that I can't pronounce. This was nice. Very, very nice. Easy to get here from the port. And it's really close to Zakynthos if you want to go to Zakynthos as well. Andre, what are you doing? You cutting up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn the language. Slowly.
this ain't just rain either.
It's something else.
It's cold.
Right now, guys, we are in Taormina, Sicily, and we're about to do a quick walking tour. We've done Mount Etna. We've had a great lunch at a restaurant all together, and now we're walking through Taormina. We are pulling out of the Port of Messina after a long day in Sicily. This was definitely one day to remember. But we are pulling out. We're sitting on the balcony at Dre and Kinsman's room, about to head to dinner. Look at we had to check in with the grandbaby. We got to check in with the grandbaby.
I mean, on Sicily.
Dinner fun, dinner fun. guys, this is where things kind of went left for me. This is when I realized that I did not have my camera. So after dinner, we went back to the room. Well, before we went back to the room, we needed to decide what we were going to do the next day in Naples. We had a tour already paid for, planned to go to Sorrento and go to Pompeii, to the ruins of Pompeii. However, rain was in the forecast. So we were already kind of like tired from all the touring on the other days. It really was kind of easy for us to say, we're not going to do the tour in Sorrento. Even though I felt like that probably would have been maybe the nicest one or at the top of the nicest ones. I didn't push it. I didn't stress it. I've been to Sorrento before. I've been to Pompeii, but I really wanted to enjoy it with my friends and my husband because they hadn't done it before. But anyway, once I realized I didn't have my camera, I didn't care where we went. I didn't care if we went to Naples, Sorrento, it didn't matter. So the next morning we got up, we slept in a little bit. It was overcast, but the rain didn't show up like we thought it was going to show up. But they said there was a chance, like 50% chance of rain. We didn't know how much rain it was going to be, but it was a 50-50 chance that it was going to rain. I don't think it rained anybody's tours out. I think there were some people that said their tours were canceled. Ours was never canceled. We canceled it on our own and Carnival gave us our money back. But the day ended up being really, really nice. We got off the ship and we walked a little bit in Naples, but Naples is just not one of those places that I was prepared to visit. I really didn't want to visit Naples. So we just kind of walked a few blocks away from the cruise ship. We got something to eat and I took this one picture of my husband coming out of this cafe. The people in the cafe were really, really nice. And we sat out there for a while and drank and eat before we headed back to the ship. But yeah, this is at the very end of the cruise is when I lost my camera. I think it probably would have been a little bit more tolerable had I lost it earlier and I didn't lose like the whole trip, the footage of the whole trip. But hey, this is what happened. I had intended to break this vlog up into several different vlogs, maybe based on each port because I had so much footage. But that's why we got this hour-long vlog, because I just put everything into one or, well, 2 parts just to get something out. And I hope you guys stuck around. Let me know in the comments if you were able to stick around and watch the entire thing. But still have one last part. This is our last day in Rome before we bring it home. All right, let's do it. At the end of an awesome 2-week, once-in-a-lifetime type trip that we took. Everything went really, really well, you know, outside of me losing my camera, but I cannot let that overshadow the time that we had together on this trip. So after walking around for several more hours in Rome, we went back to the hotel, grabbed a couple of drinks that night, and we pretty much stayed up, not too late, but our flight, we had to get up the next morning around 6 o'clock to catch our car back to the airport so that we could head back to Atlanta. The flight was about 11 hours, so babe and I had plenty of time to, you know, chit chat, sleep, eat, watch movies on the plane. It was a really good flight, no complaints there, but I would totally do this again, and I hope to do so real soon. But for those of you guys who stuck around and watched the entire video, thank you so much. I did not intend for it to be this long, but hey, this is what we got. So if you would, please like and subscribe to our content. We are going to take another trip here coming really soon. It's going to be exciting, and I will not lose my footage on this next trip. So thank you for joining. See you guys next time.